Hi everyone, John here. Welcome back again to my channel. And at the end of a very exciting week, I just don't know where to start after all that exciting news from Citizen Con up in Manchester. Now, I couldn't be there myself. I wished I'd gone, but maybe I'll make it to the next one. Now, there's a lot to get through in a very short time, but first of all, Chris Roberts showed us the Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. Now, during a live playable demo, they showed us just a little bit of what Star Citizen, the persistent universe side of it, could be and what will be to come. Now, here are the edited highlights of the Star Citizen 2.0 Alpha presentation.
So here we got 4 of our folks here, and we're on Port Olisar. Okay, and so when you spawn on the space station, you can go to these different terminals and call up one of your ships to be on one of the landing pads. So we're going to pull up a Constellation. So we're all, because, you know. And so it tells us what landing pad, how many landing pads do we have on Port Olisar? 10. I think there's 10 landing pads. So you spawn, you have your ship spawn, and they'll stay on that landing pad for a period of time. If you don't claim it after a while, they'll be put back in their hangar, basically. One of our players is taking a Hornet, so we're taking a Hornet, and the other 3 are going to be on the. So I guess this was on landing pad 2, and then the other guys are on 4, which you can see over here. And if we look over here, we can see the guys walking out on the landing pad over there. Okay, let's get up into the Constellation. The Constellation is almost done. It'll be done when we ship this. It's missing a few little bits, but if you take a look, it's quite beautiful. So, as we said before, the Constellation's had a complete overhaul. It's built up to the quality that the Retaliator is now. Whole extra level of detail. Okay. Now we're going to head to this communications satellite to turn it back on, which has been sort of sabotaged by pirates. There's likely there'll be pirates spanning. Yeah, yep. So we're in hyperdrive. So you move around here a little bit. So it's kind of pretty cool to.
Anti-drive deactivated.
Stop here, and we'll show one other feature, which is allow you can go in and out of EVA in any vehicle, including single-seat fighters. So. So we'll head in here to. You can see him EVAing right there. So let's EVA into the communication satellite. Okay. All right. All right, okay, so we've put the comm satellite back online, and we'll have some new nav coordinates now. So we'll just get out. As you can see, there's some damage was taken on the Constellation that we're going to go, and when we get on our ship, we'll go ahead and repair it. So let's go into the Hornet. going to have a more involved repair mechanic for players and also for the NPCs when we, as the persistent universe progresses. But short term, this is the first iteration, which longer term, when you've got you can earn UEC and persistence, which will be one of our next milestones beyond this. You could earn money doing missions, and then it would cost you money to repair, rearm, refuel.
Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive deactivated.
And this is the area that will be in the first release that will have sort of weapon drops and stuff. So if you come here, you'll be able to get weapons and stuff that you wouldn't normally have, and then use those to shoot other people if you want. Or defend yourself, either one of the two things. One of our merry band that was in the Hornet, and we come around here, we'll see the rest of the folks at some point coming out. There we go. Down we go. Awesome. Here they come. I believe there's a data center in the center of here that you can reactivate, which I think is where we're going. And it's sort of like a command and control point. So if you come and you control this area, you'll get missions and stuff. And so the idea is when we have this running, people will hopefully come here and try and control and fight over the area. So, well, there we go. Here we have some people do it right now. So we have four outlaws that have been playing by the 4 guys over on this side. And there's also some weapon drops around here, so hopefully we can find a few of them. Okay, these are the outlaws. Outlaw. Hey, did you guys kill all the Marines? I guess they're gonna steal the Constellation now. So we don't actually rehearse this. Sometimes the Marines win, sometimes the outlaw guys win. I think this was pretty much a whitewash. And these are the various destinations you can see. So there's going to be a huge amount of, just even in the first drop, there's going to be a massive amount of places to visit in the large world and play.
Now, not sure when 2.0 will be released, but it's looking really good, and it's really the first step into what will become the Star Citizen Persistent Universe. And their add features, it's going to be really like a jigsaw puzzle. They just add pieces gradually until, before we know it, we'll probably have the Persistent Universe. Well, it'll probably take a couple of years or so, I guess. Anyway, also shown at the presentation was the star map. Now, this is tremendously impressive, and one of my old heroes, Patrick Moore, from the Sky of Night here in the UK, would have loved this. And you can spend hours just exploring what will be the Star Citizen universe. Now, this is just work in progress. It's the first version, so there's going to be more added, and of course in the future I guess the Star Citizen universe, or we should say galaxy, will get even bigger. Now, thanks to the excitement from the Citizen Con presentation, we've now gone well over 1 million Star Citizens, and to celebrate this, they've actually dropped the requirement to have a special pass to get into the Star Citizen Alpha. So really, it's a great time to actually sign up for the game. Now, the level of funding has really gone up over the past week as well, and as of actually editing this video, we're now over 93 million, so that's tremendous. Now remember, you don't have to go out and buy a big ship or package to get into the game. You can earn all these ships on sale in the game when it goes live, but you can get a basic package which includes access to Squadron 42 and all the game for, well, as little as what it costs in your local currency. Now this has got to be the gaming deal of the century in my book. Also, until the end of next week, if you put in the code CitconFlight2K15, you can get access to all the ships in the game. So even if you don't want to bat, you just want to take a look, you can download the client and put in that code, and it will give you everything to have a look at and fly. So that's well worth doing, and even if you're a backer already, do it, because you'll get a random selection of ships in your hangar, and some you won't even own, so it'll be a great way to look at some of these ships. Now this is turned out to be quite a long video because there's so much to actually to show people. Now a lot of people watching these have probably seen most of this already, but I know some of the guys where I work know that I'm interested in these virtual spaceships, and that's all I seem to go on about, so this will be new to them, so it'll give them a chance to have a look at what the game is turning out to be. Anyway, at the CitCon event, of course, the main story as well for a lot of people was Squadron 42. Now, Chris Roberts unveiled the cast. Now, there was a great cinematic shown which featured Gary Oldman. Now, this was actually still work in progress. His face, which was shown in the presentation, is only 3/4 complete. None of his clothes are done to the finished level yet. So it's a star-studded cast along with Gary Oldman. There's Mark Hamill, Andy Serkis, Gillian Anderson, John Rhys-Davies, and many more. Now Chris Roberts also showed a very early version of the first mission in Squadron 42. Now that's a tour of the Morrow, which is an Idris frigate. Now none of the assets showed in the demo are anywhere near completion, but it did give us a look at how big the inside of an Idris is. Now to coincide with this, they also put on a special military ship sale which featured a new concept ship, the Aegis Sabre. Now they also sold an Armada pack. Now this one contained all the Aegis military ships plus the Idris frigate itself.
Tour sounds great. Great! It'll only take 2 seconds. I'll wait for you by the stairs.
All good. So you think they're gonna last longer than Heater?
Anybody will last longer than Heater. Old man hated Heater. Question is, will they last longer than Lowball?
Well, standard bet.
You're on.
You might want to steer.
takes a little while to warm up. I've been here a year. She only asked me how I was doing for the first time last week. The only person I ever see her hang out with is Kelly, and I'm pretty sure all they talk about is work. Anyway.
Sandy Gardner's been really busy over the past week, but she's already back in LA. Well, she was working on the way back on the plane, and she showed us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now let's see if we can get this, if we can see
it's
this.
Hard to,
yeah,
like,
it's actually
see.
embossed, so at an angle you can see that it's actually raised
maybe
up.
if you turn it
Off.
back.
Flip it over, maybe.
Yeah, flip it over.
Flip it over.
Yeah, it's actually embossed off the box there. So this is just a proof of concept here.
Yeah, I think that's the size, and then it'll open out like a. I'm deciding how it will open out, whether it will open out like this or whether it will open out like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know in the forums what your preference is.
We know it's important. Remember the one that we did with the cat, where it was.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sandy's had to put up with a lot over the last few months, but she's doing a great job. And all the team are doing a great job as well. So I'd like to thank them all for all their hard work. And they all look pretty happy as well.
That's your Director of Community Engagement, Online Strategy, and Spaceships, Mr. Ben Lesnick.
Yo.
That's our Technical Designer, Matt Sherman. That's our Subscription Manager, Alexis Lesnick. That's our Editor, Justin Chambers. That's our Archivist, Sherry Heiberg?
That's right.
Sherry Heiberg. That's our Vice President of Marketing, Sandy Gardner. And that's all. That's everybody that was here.
Oh, no! Adam!
That's Adam. That's Adam, one of our writers. And then Dennis, the IT guy.
And Tom's in there. He won't come out.
He won't go. Yeah. So now that we've blown everybody's eardrums, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This episode of RTV is over now. Goodbye.
Well, that's a long episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you sometime soon. So, wherever you're watching, out in that big universe, I'll see you somewhere through the jump point. But before I go, I may as well put something stirring on the end of this video. So let's go and answer the call for Squadron 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, this emergency session is called to order. Admiral Mission, you have the floor.
For 200 years, we have battled the Vandal. We have caught these attacks, raids, or skirmishes or incursions. But I am here to tell you that we are at war. Tiber, Orion, Caliban, Virgil, once human systems all but abandoned in the face of the enemy. The Vandal are at our gates, weapons bared while we hide and cower, retreating as they burn and decimate everything around us. We cannot let the tragedy of Vega happen again. We cannot give the Vandal any more ground. To defend this empire, we must attack. And we have to be committed to that attack, whatever the cost may be. We have to rebuild our fleet. We have to use the power of human innovation to reclaim these so-called red systems and strike back at the enemy. This will not be an easy fight. It will cost us in resources, in credits, and lives. Well, some of you may be asking why undertake such a thing, and I can tell you in one word. Victory! For if there's one thing the Vandal has taught us, it's that without victory, there can be no survival!